Welcome to the video. My name is Stephen Jonathan. In this video, I'm going over the 5 pillars of well-being and giving you some actionable steps that you can take to improve each area for yourself. As we implement some of these strategies, you'll start to see a boost in your overall mood, motivation, creativity, productivity, stress tolerance, and just general feelings of satisfaction in your life, no matter what your current circumstances are. You only got one shot at this life, so make the most out of it. Be the best you can be, feel the best you can feel, prioritize your health and your mind. If you're kind of just wasting away, going through the motions, not working on becoming what you want to become, in the end, you're just going to regret it more and more as time progresses. And that's what we don't want. The first thing we want to focus on is addressing our sleep. I'm starting here because the most important part. Without optimal sleep, everything else in our life is going to be thrown off. Everything else is going to suffer a little bit and be harder than it normally would if we had optimal sleep habits. Sleep is so essential for our mood, brain function, productivity, drive to socialize. It can increase our happiness, letting you be a more valuable person to be around. As you know, happiness is contagious, strength is contagious. The type of person you choose to be often ripples out to those around you. Bad sleep habits, on the other hand, will do the exact opposite, affecting your performance, increasing your chances of illness or disease. Lack of sleep can cause weight gain and weaken your willpower, which you need to continually optimize your life. The days that a lack of sleep are glorified are coming to an end. What's getting increasingly popular is paying attention to your mental and physical health. So how can we take actionable steps to sleeping better? We want to focus on sunlight exposure, a decompression phase, sleeping in optimal conditions, and supplementing properly. We will start by trying to get sunlight in our eyes first thing in the morning and going outside to get proper sunlight throughout the day. Doing this will help set our circadian rhythm. We need to go outside to do this because viewing light through a window will actually block some of the light that we need to set our internal clock and other mechanisms that the body needs for sleep and for the production of our own natural melatonin. I try my best to avoid caffeine after noon or 2 p.m. at the latest. The half-life of caffeine is somewhere in the range of 3 to 8 hours, depending on the person and dose that you take. So I like to make sure that's completely out of my system before winding down for bed. This part is the most helpful for me, and that is delegating time for a decompression phase. During this time, I kind of like to put myself into a meditative state. At least an hour before bed, I'll begin this decompression phase. And during this time, I'll try to avoid bright lights overhead and use dim desktop lamps like that. We want to avoid blue light at this time, so no phones and no TV. I like to take a walk, read a book, take a salt bath to relax my muscles. Try to avoid anything that's overstimulating for my brain or body. We want to stop eating 2 hours before bed. This will help the body focus more on repair than on digesting food and improve our overall sleep quality. Sleeping in a cool, dark room is optimal, helping us fall asleep easier and stay asleep longer. Supplements, of course, are a good addition to our sleep routines, but there's some common misconceptions that I really want to clear up. That misconception is melatonin. Melatonin is very popular, but shocking, it's not that great for us. If you look into it a bit more, you'll start to see why it's not so great. Melatonin is a hormone that helps you fall asleep but not stay asleep. So it's not going to really improve your overall sleep quality very much at all. Melatonin can actually hinder your body's own natural melatonin production, which becomes a problem if we can't take it or decide we want to stop taking it. And most times, the doses that people are taking are nowhere near the 1 milligram that our body produces. Instead, I take L-theanine, the amino acid which builds natural melatonin production, and magnesium threonate. I take about 200 to 400 milligrams of each every night, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. All in all, I really feel like having a decompression phase, kind of detoxing from the day and avoiding stimulation, is what helps me fall asleep and stay asleep the best. I want to say that it's normal for people to wake up multiple times throughout the night sometimes, maybe 1 to 3 times. So if that's happening to you, the best thing you can do is avoid bright light in your eyes and not really stress about the situation. You don't want to spike your adrenaline at this point because that's what's going to interrupt your sleep the most. If you can just remain calm and go back to sleep, your overall sleep quality is not going to be hurt much at all. Next is nourishment. The body and brain mechanisms that are responsible for your mood and mental health need quality nutrition to function properly. The food we eat plays a huge role in our mental and physical health, even in our sleep quality. So the better our nutrition, the better our sleep is going to be as well. We need plenty of quality protein, fruit, vegetables, fats, and carbs. An interesting fact about eating plenty of fruits and vegetables is that they contain a compound called polyphenols. Polyphenols can greatly increase your brain function, immune system, heart health, and resilience towards age-related disease. This compound has even been known to slow or prevent Alzheimer's disease or diabetes. So yeah, it's something we really want to start eating regularly. And the younger we can start this, the better. Vice versa, processed foods are known to do the exact opposite of that to our brain function, immune system, heart health, and resilience towards age-related disease. Berries, nuts, seeds, greens are some of the best choices here, and dark chocolate is a good snack that also contains polyphenols. I know diet can be difficult, and that's because the typical food system in America is a monopoly created to keep us addicted and to hold us back from our true potential. They want to keep you in this cycle of eating bad food and taking pharmaceutical medicine. But don't fear, because the more you make healthy choices, the easier it's going to get. The better my diet has gotten, the more I find myself craving healthier food instead of junk food. As for supplements, I really like taking Athletic Greens. It's a great supplement. If you take nothing else, this supplement alone can help you to hit your daily amounts of vitamins and minerals. If my diet ever slips, which it does when I start eating too much sugar or processed foods, I like to use hypnosis tapes to reinforce my decision to eat healthy again. Adam Cox has a podcast called The Hypnotist, which has some great hypnosis scripts you can use for free. Movement is the third important pillar in our well-being. Daily movement is essential for protecting and enhancing our mood and our mental health. Again, like nourishment, another topic that directly helps our sleep quality. The better our exercise and nutrition habits are, the better our sleep will be. The better our sleep is, the easier it will be to maintain consistent, healthy exercise and diet habits. For me, exercise is so essential in preventing depression and dealing with difficult periods in life. We want to aim for at least 1 cardiovascular training day and 3 to 5 resistance training days per week. Resistance training actually has many more effects on our well-being than just biking or walking or something like that. Resistance training will boost our self-confidence, build skeletal muscle, protecting us against injury and age-related muscular degeneration. It will build bone health and build muscle tissue, which is actually the best way to control weight gain. Instead of doing cardio to lose weight, aim to gain muscle to lose weight. That will keep fat off way more efficiently. The next topic is easily overlooked, but is so essential, and that is social connection. The best thing for a person's nervous system is another person, and the worst thing for a person's nervous system is another person. So we really need to pay attention to what social connections make us happy and give us a greater sense of well-being and which don't. We want to avoid as much as we can people who bring constant toxicity to our life with no desire to change at all. But that's not something we should always avoid. I think there's a popular culture trend these days about just cutting all toxicity from your life no matter what the circumstance is. While that's true sometimes, if we condition ourselves to cut people off so quickly, we're losing valuable skills in conflict resolution, communication, and simply just being a person who operates from a place of love. Someone like that is probably gonna have a hard time in many different friendships or romantic relationships throughout their life. Good people can have a lasting benefit on our mental health even when we're not physically with them. Having a sense of community, having healthy people there for you when you need it, creating close connections with family members who are also committed to having healthy relationships is very essential. I know it's not always easy, but it's a skill that we can work on and improve. Sometimes you can really benefit from sitting down and expressing gratitude for the people that are there for you. It's not very common that we stop and take the time to appreciate that. Whether we express that gratitude directly to them or just think about it to ourselves in our own head, the benefits of a gratitude practice like that are immense. I would highly suggest working on being able to express it to them directly. Even if it seems awkward at first, never delay gratitude or a compliment. You never know what kind of effect that's going to have on somebody's day. Some friends come naturally, but other times you have to be the kind of person who reaches out to build new relationships, stepping out of what might be a comfort zone for some people. Start new conversations, say hello to the people you pass by every day, talk to the person at Starbucks that makes your coffee, make small talk with the people around you at the gym. You never know which of these small interactions will end up being somebody that comes into your life to play a much bigger role than you anticipated. Small interactions can really compound. That's why you don't have to be super extroverted to foster social connection. Going to the gym is so important for me because it provides me with social connection, movement, and encouragement for nutrition. I value always improving myself, so I tend to gravitate towards social connections that intersect with these values as well, and that's where I feel most happy. The next, last, and very important topic is stress control. Stress is both good and bad for us. Stress can be good because it can act as a motivator or performance enhancer. Stress is inevitable in life, so we have to learn to deal with it. Long-term stress, I'm sure we all know, can be absolutely detrimental to our mental and physical health. The thoughts and feelings we experience mentally affect our physical bodies as well. A negative internal state can crush our immune system, nervous system, energy levels, and so on. What's really important is having a stress reduction toolkit that we can use to bring ourselves back to a calm, relaxed state. Breathing techniques are commonly used for an immediate action we can take to regulate our nervous systems. The physiological sigh is popular, and it's shown to slow our heart rate, to reduce blood pressure, improve digestion, and relax the mind. You can easily look up how to do that. It's super simple and quick to do. Cold showers are a great way to build our natural stress tolerance, and other similar ways include things like sauna, meditation, weight training, taking on and completing hard tasks. As we build our stress tolerance, our bodies will release less stress hormones and chemicals when we're hit with stressful situations. Taking time to add meditation into our daily routine can make a world of difference, as does being intentional with our thoughts. Working on shifting our thoughts away from negative destructive patterns to positive self-talk can reduce stress greatly. This is a form of emotional intelligence that we really need to practice. Reframing how we look at certain stressful situations is so beneficial to how we feel and experience our everyday life. Two people can view the same situation completely different depending on their emotional intelligence level and their ability to deal with stress. For example, being stuck in traffic. Everybody hates it, so they say. But one person who has high emotional intelligence may say, I'm stuck in traffic, I'm gonna be late, but it's gonna be okay in the end. My boss might get a little bit upset. It's better than rushing and getting in an accident while getting there. I'll just use this time to listen to my favorite podcast or YouTube channel and relax along the way. Another may react completely opposite, getting so upset and stressed that they completely shift the energy for the whole rest of the day, connecting themselves with more and more negative perceptions. A lot of life is perception, so you have to learn to have that work for you, not against you. Please do not use drugs and chemicals to regulate stress unless you're working with a doctor to do so. Even with some doctors, you have to be careful. Some doctors are just trying to write that prescription and get money. So you really have to know yourself, want to dial in your foundational practices before reaching out and trying prescription medication that has side effects. Properly used prescriptions should only be a crutch or a stepping stone, and that's why they're best used in conjunction with a professional so you can address the underlying reasons you needed them in the first place, correct your lifestyle or habits, and then get off of them. Using drugs, including smoking and drinking, as an escape or to temporarily remove stress does absolutely nothing healthy for you. It will do the opposite. It stunts your growth. You'll develop a need to reach for a crutch instead of being able to regulate these things with healthy habits and emotional intelligence. Do you really want to be walking around this world with a crutch, a vice? I don't know about you, but that's not something that I want to do. Sleep, nutrition, movement, social connection, and stress reduction are all essential for our well-being. We really want to make improving upon these 5 pillars a normal part of our everyday life. As we do, we help our brain and body form a bias towards connecting us with positive experiences, regardless of our life circumstances and regardless of what stressful situations are thrown at us. We build resilience, and our nervous system becomes a shield for our mental and physical health, allowing us to experience and create more positivity in our life, giving us the energy to be more creative, productive, emotionally intelligent, happy, healthy people. All this is pretty common knowledge, but do we really take the time to focus on making consistent investments into these areas every single day? Do we really take notice to how important each one of these small things can add up to be? As we do, it becomes like a second nature to us, and the quality of our life is greatly improved. I hope this helped you see the importance of all 5 of these different areas and has given you some direction on how to improve each in your coming days and weeks. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Feel free to share this with anybody that you think might benefit from it. And if you yourself found value here, please subscribe for more.